I do something when I play video games. Obviously, it's a lot more noticeable in Let's Plays because I'm not just doing it for myself, I'm trying to be entertaining. But I have noticed that I do it when I'm just playing video games on my own, and in regards to the Let's Plays, a lot of people have pointed out how I interact with the game, which is something that I never really paid a whole lot of attention to. It was a natural thing, by which I mean, I kind of talk to them like they're there. Which sounds very strange, almost like, when you're a little kid and you've got imaginary friends or toys and stuffed animals, and you're talking to them like you're having an actual conversation. Like, as a kid, it's really cute because you're like, oh, look at them using their imagination. As a grown adult, particularly if you're doing it with toys, it's like, that's kind of weird. And with games, when it was first pointed out to me, I thought the same kind of thing, like, oh, God, is that weird? Is that strange? Am I okay? Do I need to go get help? Am I mentally well? That's debatable. But in regards to the game, I realized it's just something that kind of happens. I think in the same way that you can kind of allow a lot of dumb crap to fly when you're watching a movie. So follow me on this one, if you will. When you're watching a movie, you know very well that aliens don't bust out of people's chests. You know that we can't fly without the assistance of an airplane, or that we can't shoot webs out of our hands, shoot lasers out of our eyes, punch somebody through 4 sections of wall, and then have them stand up and go, that was annoying. Like, you're dead. You're dead at that point. But you allow yourself to escape into this fantasy, into this fiction. It's like you turn off that part of your brain, if the movie's good or if you enjoy what's happening. You turn off that part of your brain that is very aware that you are watching something on a screen that isn't real. It can't hurt you. It can't do anything to affect you outside of how you think about it and what you see and hear. But you enjoy it and you accept it as though it were actually happening to an extent. You escape into the fabricated reality that's being presented in front of you. It's what makes great movies great. You can lose yourself in them, and for an hour and a half to maybe 2 or 3 hours, immerse yourself in an experience, not aware of the fact that you are sitting in a theater with a bunch of other people. You're just absorbed in the story. And the same kind of thing, I guess, can be said for when you're playing a game. At least I've noticed, and certainly now I'm paying attention to it when I edit. Particularly in Stardew Valley is where this has been brought up, that part of the humor that people enjoy is the way that I'm kind of interacting with the characters as they come along. Like, I'll be walking around, I'll see somebody, and I'll just go like, oh, hey, Shane, what's up, man? And then he'll say something salty. I'll be like, oh, well, go pound salt, you bastard. I hope you die when the Jojo Mart Cola can falls on your head. Something like that. Whereas, I'm not saying I'm unique in this way, but say somebody else may not go to that extent or freely lose themselves in the game to that point. They might just go like, oh, I wonder what this guy's doing. Oh, okay, well, I guess I'll go plant crops. And it's just a more enjoyable experience for me that way, because in the same way you kind of lose yourself in a movie, you can lose yourself in a game. And certainly in role-playing games, it's a lot easier because that's kind of the whole point. You are taking on a role. And it's very much dictated based on what you do, what you say, and your actions. Stardew Valley isn't quite that in-depth in terms of the role you take on that element. You're basically insert generic farmer who's come here to try and rebuild your granddad's farm and become a central figure in the community. Or in my case, exact revenge on those who cheated you at the Egg Festival. Apparently it's an annual thing, so the next year I'm going to kick Abigail's ass. But we're getting away from the point here. It's just something that it is strange when you look at it from a outside point of view. Like, if you're not just watching the Let's Play and enjoying it for being a Let's Play video, or in my case, making it, if you just observe it for what it is, observe it for what it is, you're watching a person interact with something that can't actually interact back based on what's being said. Like, if I throw some cleverly crafted insult one of the characters' way, they're not going to turn around and go like, I am not. That's never going to happen. But part of the experience for me is really fun because I just kind of lose myself in this community for, 20 minutes to half an hour. And then I step out of it. And I'm under no illusions, not just like, yes, the world of Stardew Valley is real, and if I don't make enough produce, the people will starve. Nothing like that. But I'm wondering if anybody else does that. Do you do that? Like when you're playing a game, do you find you kind of lose yourself in it? I think I've mentioned this before. Like I notice it when I'm playing first-person shooters or games like Fallout and I get shot. I'm not hurt. The bullet didn't hit me. I'm not bleeding. I'm not even bruised. But if it hits me and the screen goes red, I will instinctively just go, "Dow!" Like I stubbed my toe or something, and nothing has happened to me physically. It's a reaction, and I have no idea why it happens. But at least in the context of Stardew Valley, and hopefully the other Let's Plays I do as well, it's enjoyable. Hopefully not too annoying. But yeah, I'm curious. Do you find yourself doing the same kind of thing? Like you lose yourself in the experience to the extent that you sort of have a one-sided interaction based on what's going around you and what's being said by the other characters in the game? Be curious to hear if that happens for anybody else. Maybe it's just me and I'm super weird. I don't know. But that's my thought on that. And until next time, my name's Rye. You guys take care of yourselves.